we go. All right, perfect. So welcome, Full Moon Yoga with Nina. We're going to start lying down tonight in constructive rest. That means bringing your feet as wide as your mat and letting your knees drop together, letting your shoulder blades come together slightly under your back just to give a little more space at the front of your shoulders and across your collarbones. You can bring your arms out to sides, or if you're feeling open in your chest or tight and you need some more openness, coming up to like a cactus arms with elbows bent at about 90 degrees. Once you've found a comfortable position, start to bring your attention in. You can separate the biting surfaces of your teeth to relax your jaws a little more. Close your eyes, or at least turn your eyelids down part of the way. And then you can just start to take note of your inner space, where your head's at, how your body's feeling, how your heart's doing today. Once you feel like you've checked in, let your attention shift toward your breathing. You don't need to change it yet or try to control it, but just start to notice how it feels to breathe wherever you feel it the most prominently. Your chest or belly, your ribs or throat. Simply watching as inhales rise like waves. Exhales kind of wash you back out to sea. When you feel ready, you can start to engage a little bit more with your breath by starting to lengthen each inhale and exhale. Just like a slight closure at the back of your throat to find that Ujjayi breathing, that victorious breath. You hear a slight ocean sound at the back of your throat as you breathe in and out through your nose.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, Nina.
Okay, I'll speak up. Thank you. We're going to start to move from here. If you still can't hear me, just let me know once we start moving a bit, okay? Ease your arms closer to your sides, just gliding along the floor. Start to extend your left leg long and take a big breath in. You can keep your eyes closed or you can open them up. As you exhale, begin to bring your right leg close to your belly. You can interlace your fingers around your shin if that feels like a comfortable place to be. Just taking a few deep breaths here. So in any pose, my suggestion is always to find your edge. That's the space where you can kind of feel like it work, some stretch, some motion, but no strain, pain, or popping or heat. The place that as you breathe into it over time, it softens and allows you to go a little further. So we'll take 5 more breaths on this side. Great. And move into some little circles through that same hip. So you bring your hands towards your knee and just start to draw it away gently and then back toward you. It's just a small motion. It's starting to help bring some more synovial fluid into that joint, lubricating your hip for the practice to come. You can switch directions with your circles. And then slowing those circles down, you're going to bring your left leg back, so knee bends, foot plants, and then cross your right ankle onto your left thigh. Take a big breath in as you start to draw that right knee away from you, kind of pressing it toward the other end of your mat. And as you breathe out, float both legs up toward you. I say this every time. You can reach under here if that feels good, grabbing the back of your thigh or holding on to your left shin. I like to let my shoulders relax more. So I'll hold on to my foot and my knee respectively of that right foot, or right leg, pardon. I feel like I can melt into the mat a little further while still getting that nice outer hip stretch, loosening up through piriformis for 2 more breaths. Find a gentle tone at your belly button, so drawing in, engaging, let your left foot drop back down. We're going to unravel and just move straight into the second side. So your right leg comes long, then a big breath out, starts to gather up that left shin, bringing it toward you. Nice big belly breaths, reconnecting to that ujjayi sound at the back of your throat. Let's start to shift into those little circles. Again, not straining further, just a small motion. Starting to wake up through the hip and pelvis. And then switching directions when you feel ready. As you finish the circle you're taking, bring your left knee back towards your belly, let your right come to join, and then give yourself a little sway back and forth across your sacrum. Tonight's practice has a nice focus on that area, hip, sacrum, low belly. We're going to work through Svadhisthana chakra, or chakra number 2, in the womb, low belly, that sort of area. So bring yourself back to center, and then start to extend your legs out. If it's really tight through your hamstrings, you can keep any amount of bend through your knees. You're going to bring hands down on the floor on either side of your hips. Starting to warm up through the pelvis, we're going to do some little hip tucks. As you inhale, stay centered. And as you exhale, just start to pop your feet up. Low belly engages. So we'll take a few more. Each exhale finds that little pop. If it's helpful, you can breathe out through your mouth just a little as you go. Use your hands for support. Start to feel a little warmth. Find some smoothness through your low back. So try to bring your belly button in. Even though we're moving from the low belly, we still want to find that engagement to protect the back. Last 3 or 4. Last 1. And just stretching legs up, maybe giving your heels a little pedal. You might even move your head a little bit back and forth. And then let your knees draw into your belly and plant your feet to the floor. We're going to take that same hip motion into a little flowing bridge. So you can keep your hands where they are. Bring your heels close so that you can reach them or just about reach them. And then as you inhale, ground into your feet really evenly. And don't let your legs splay out. So find a little tone at the inner thigh. And then start to tuck your pelvis, lift your hips up. Keep your chin nice and centered. As you exhale, lower it back down. Take the whole breath out to get back to the floor. A few more with your breath. Each inhale finds that lift. And exhale brings it down. Last 3. Find a little squeeze at the top. Last 1. Bring it down. We're going to roll ourselves up to seated. So you can just start to come over to one side or the other. Grounded palm. And start to press yourself up. We're going to bring ourselves to cross leg. You can bring one leg in front of the other. If you need propping, you can sit up on a pillow or a folded blanket to get a little more lift, especially if you feel like you're rounding in. So find a place where your sit bones feel evenly grounded through right and left sides, and then grow up nice and tall through the length of your spine and the crown of your head. Big breath in, bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Out, bring them down. Let's take a few more. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And last one, rounding down. Let's move through a little flowing chest. So you can bring your hands onto your shins, just below your kneecaps. And then as you inhale, you start to rock your chest any amount. Move right from your tailbone. And then as you exhale, draw down. Your chin might drop to your chest. Inhale to flow. And exhale to bring it back. And again, you can close your eyes and really just start to feel that movement from the inside out. Last few, warming up the whole back body, a little more warming through your hips as well. And the next time that you inhale, just bring yourself back to a nice long back, coming up tall, relaxing your hands. Take a moment just to switch the cross of your legs, keep a little balance and evenness. One's going to feel more natural, but that's okay. We're just trying to keep, again, balance and evenness. So let your fingertips turn up out to the sides. If the floor sparks, fine, they can be here, or you can rest to your thighs. As you breathe in, start to float your arms up toward the sky. As you breathe out, you're going to fold one way or the other, doesn't matter. So one hand reaches to the floor, both sit bones stay grounded. So rather than letting this hip pop up, you're going to anchor down. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, take it. Few more each direction. Each time you breathe in, you come through center. Each time you breathe out, you start to lean into it, lengthening through your waist, your ribs. Last two. So remember which way that you went first, and then let the next time you go the opposite direction be your last. When you inhale, bring it back to center, reach both arms up, we'll move through a gentle twist. The next time that you exhale, turn yourself towards your right. So your left fingertips come to your right knee, and then you move from that belly and chest. My right fingertips are just setting on the floor behind me. You're welcome to come there, or you can find a little bit of internal rotation. Turning your thumb down, you're going to bend your elbow and bring your hand to the small of your back, or starting to wrap around towards your left inner thigh. This is one you really don't want to force, especially with that shoulder, so just breathe into it. And only go as far as your edge right now. If your right arm is behind you, you're going to start by unraveling there really gently. Glide across your back and then find an external rotation through the shoulders. You open back up. Inhale, start to come back around through center. Reach both arms up. Ground through your sit bones. Make space. Exhale, take it the other way. Even in a tightly wound twist like this, see where you can find some softness. So either closing your eyes or softening your brow space, relaxing your jaws, letting your shoulders drop down from your ears if you feel like you're rising up. Same thing will come out first with the left arm. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, fold yourself forward. If you're turned like I am, you're going to come to the long way of your mat and bring yourself to table. In your table pose, your wrists are under your elbows are under your shoulders. So a lot of the time you'll find people get ahead here. You want to make sure you come nice and evenly weighted underneath. Let your knees fall straight down from your hip socket. We'll take those spinal undulations a little further with cat and cow. The next time you inhale, your belly drops, tail lifts, chest shines forward. Exhale, drop your head, pull your belly button to your spine, make space between your shoulder blades. A few more rounds. Each inhale finds that openness at your chest. Exhale finds a little lift through your belly. If your edge softens, take it further. You can curl your toes under on the calf part, and press up further. Uncurl on the cow part as you drop down. Last one. As you breathe in, bring yourself back to a nice neutral spine. And just take a breath here, gazing down toward your mat or closing your eyes. Let's peel up toward our first downward dog. Bringing your hands a little further forward. Toes curl under, hips start to draw back in space. You might start to move a little bit here, pedaling one leg and then the other, finding some length. Your hamstrings and calves. If it feels better to be still in your downward dog, you're completely welcome to do that. Let's move to twist gently. So bringing yourself to stillness for a breath in your downward dog. Draw your biceps toward one another, shoulder blades apart, hips away from your hands. We're going to keep shoulders nice and anchored where they are. And then as you exhale, you're going to just twist yourself. Toes and knees go in the same direction and knees bend. Inhale, spin back through center, and exhale, bend the other way. Doesn't matter which way you go. Just make sure you know which way you went first. Keep that balance. Let yourself take each way one more time. And then bring yourself back to center, downward dog. 3 breaths here. Next breath in. Take a big bend through your knees and then start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Your knees can be soft as you start to droop over your legs. Let your head hang heavy, shoulders relax. Take a few deep breaths here. Feel like you're spreading in deeply though, so find some engagement in your legs as you press your feet into the floor and then activate the fronts of your thighs by lifting your kneecaps a little. And again, the head just hangs heavy. You might turn front to back, or side to side. For your neck, if that feels good. Or give your shoulders a little bit of waggle. And start to bring ourselves up to standing. We'll roll up tonight. Just take a big bend in your knees, so big that your belly can just set down onto your thighs. Let your head stay heavy until the very end. Find that same feeling of anchored through both feet. Ground down deeply, and then as you exhale, start to unravel. Take your time, no rush. Let your shoulder blades glide down your back and then bring your head up. Let's find a few deep breaths in our mountain pose. So you're going to spread through both feet. Feel the balls of your feet especially spread. You might even lift your toes up to get some of that activation through your arches. Lift your kneecaps and then bring your toes back down. Turn your palms to face forward. So if that doesn't feel good for your shoulders, you can just drop to the sides. This just helps open up across that collarbone and chest area. Keep that even weight as you ground down and rise up, and take a few deep breaths here to Tadasana, mountain pose. Nice. Keep that same grounded feeling, and as you breathe in next, start to reach your hands up to the sky. As you exhale, Bring them down towards your heart. You might look up to your thumbs if it feels okay for your neck. If not, just looking forward, making sure not to jut your chin forward. So take a few more with your own breath. Jesse looks so beautiful in front of that window. It's just like this glowing angel. Gorgeous. Let's take it into full body breaths. So as you inhale, you reach it up. As you exhale, bend your elbows and your knees and drop yourself down. Inhale, you can reach up the front of your body, soft elbows, soft knees, maybe a little back bend at the top. Exhale, drop it down. A few more like this. So even though we're nice and loose through our joints, gentle through the wrists, elbows and knees, we're really keeping that feeling of anchoredness through the legs. Next time that you rise up, look to your thumbs and then exhale, bring hands to your heart. We're going to move through some gentle salutations tonight. So come down to the front end of your mat if you're not there, and then find that feeling of strength as you stand into your mountain pose. Rise up. Let your hands come together in Anjali Mudra. As you breathe in, root down through your feet, reach up through your palms. As you breathe out, draw that energy down, drop all the way, let the top of your head draw down to the floor. Inhale, hands find your shins as you elongate, and then exhale, drop down. Let's take that 2 more times. Inhale, length. Exhale, softness. 1 more. We're going to step into our low lunge from here. So find a little bend in your knees as you breathe. Bring your left foot back. Draw your knee to the floor. Keep your right knee stacked nicely above your ankle. Spread through your toes. Let's take our lunge flowing. As you inhale, you can reach up. If it's too much, just stay low. Exhale, bring it down. Drop your head, bring your arms behind you. Breathe in to reach. If you keep a little bit of tone between your inner thighs, you're going to find more balance here. Same thing goes for lifting your belly button up and then a little, find that gentle tone through your abdominals, and you're going to stay a little more centered. 1 more. As you exhale, let your hands touch down to the floor. We're going to step ourselves back to downward dog. So lifting your left knee, step your right foot to join. Movement or stillness here. So if it felt good to pedal or to twist, you can take those motions. Otherwise, you can just find some nice even weight through both hands, both feet. 3 more breaths. As you inhale, find softness at your knees. As you exhale, you can walk or hop to the front of your mat. 1 time, half back. Inhale, draw up, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, full fold. You can roll to standing, or you can root and inhale to reach high and wide if that feels good. As you exhale, your hands find your heart space. Take a breath right here. Feel that full structured mountain pose. Second side, rooting down. Inhale, reach those palms up. Exhale, hinge down. Inhale, length. As you exhale, soften your knees. This time your right foot steps back. Find a nice alignment for your lunge. Knee down, your back toes can stay curled, or the top of your foot can drop to the mat, whatever feels better. Pull in at the inner thighs, and when you're ready, inhale, reach it up. And exhale, draw yourself down, lengthen up. Your breath moves you. Last one. And finding your hands down to the floor, step it back, downward dog. movement or stillness. Next, inhale, same motion, softness at your knees as you look forward. As you exhale, step yourself forward or take that little float. Once you ground evenly, inhale, rise up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, full fold. Root down and inhale, roll or reach to standing. Exhale, hands find your heart, taking a breath or two. Relax where you can, but still find that strength. Let's take our standing side bend from here. Deep weight. As you inhale, reach your palms up to the sky. As you exhale, you're going to bring your fingers to Kali Mudra. So your index stay together, the other three fold together, thumbs wrap around. If that doesn't make sense, sorry, keep your hand palms together. So from that reach, the exhale tips you to one side. Let's linger. Try to draw your ears back in line with your upper arms. Big breaths. Great. Deep weight through both feet. Inhale, rise up. Switch your mudra so it's the same, but the opposite thumb is on top. You're interlacing the other way. Take a big breath in again. Reach high. Exhale, shifting. Lovely. It's all about really grounding into that foot and then lifting your rib cage off of your pelvic bowl. So you really want to make space to breathe low. See if you can send your breath all the way down to your belly. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, unravel through that Kali Mudra. Bring your hands back to pressing and then draw it down. Inhale, lengthening up. Second variation, as you find softness, we'll step the right foot back first this time. We're going to come to lunge again, but the options are to come with knee down or to keep your knee up, in which case you're going to want to walk your foot back a little bit, trying to stack eventually heel over ankles. Find that tone between your inner thighs and inhale, reach to the sky, press and lunge. Really engage through your right glutes. And again, inner thighs pull together, belly lifts from that same energetic place. 3 more breaths. The next time that you exhale, bring your hands down toward the floor. We're going to set this right palm inside of your left foot. If that's too far, you might bring your hand to a fist, like fist sideways, thumb out. That gives you a little more lift. And if that's not far enough, your right forearm comes onto your left thigh. We're going to open up in a little twist, big breath in. As you breathe out, reach your left arm up to the sky. Keep your right heel pressing back. To come out, as you exhale, roll that right left arm behind you. Bring your hand down. Step yourself back to your downward facing dog and take a breath. You can always come to child's pose rather than downward dog between sides. Take a gentler breather. Let's take the second side. Inhale, find softness. As you exhale, step your right foot forward. Find that lunge alignment, knee over ankle, toes spread. Back foot works its way back. Knee can be up or down. When you're ready, an inhale brings you up. You can look up to your thumbs or straight ahead. Great, last breath here. As you exhale, bring your left hand down inside of your foot. Big breath in, chest comes forward. As you breathe out, reach it up. Nice. Next exhale, arm rolls back. Hands step down, downward facing dog. Breathe it out. On your next exhale, you're going to start to press yourself forward. So press off of the balls of your feet, bend your knees a bit, ground into it, and come to your plank. Heels press back, belly lifts up. A breath out will start to bend your elbows, bring your belly all the way down to the floor. Uncurl your toes so that the tops of your feet touch down to the floor nice and firmly. Kneecaps lift a little as thighs engage. Let's move through Locust. We're going to bring arms beside the thighs so your palms can touch your outer thighs. And then as you inhale, legs come together, pelvis grounds down, chest and legs lift. Just gaze down the tip of your nose rather than craning to look forward. Exhale, bring it all down. If it's too much, just take the chest, leave your legs down. Inhale to float. Let's take 3 more. If you want to stop sooner, by all means. And release toward the floor. Nice job. You're going to turn onto one cheek or the other. Bend your elbows, plant your palms, and then bring your toes up to the sky. Just give your legs a little sway back and forth. Slowing your legs down, one at a time, drop them back to the mat. We're going to come into Sphinx, so we move dynamically through Locust. We're going to linger in Sphinx. So when you come up, you're on your forearms, your hands spread and kind of ground into the mat. Elbows are below your shoulders or just slightly ahead. Keep your arms nice and wide so that when you breathe in, you can feel like you're pulling your chest through your arms gently. Really press into your forearms to gain some leverage. Try not to sink in here. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Stay for about a minute or two. Let's hang out for about 5 or 6 more deep breaths. Find that ocean sound at the back of your throat. Lovely. So to come out, you're going to really press into your palms, lift your elbows up, bring them slightly wider than your chest, and then breathe out and lower your chest back down. Turn your head in the opposite direction that you did last time. And same thing, we'll just come to those leg wipers, find a little swish back and forth. Slow that down, bring your legs back to the floor, and then bring your forehead to the mat. Bring hands under your shoulders. We're going to press ourselves up through table. So breath in, just lifts you up, hands and knees. Then we're going to come to seated. So come on your bum and then extend your legs nice and long ahead of you. Dandasana or staff pose. Your heels ground down. There's a little flex out through the balls of your feet. Just bring your fingertips to your sides. If you feel like you're caving in a little, use them behind you for some more support. Just a couple of breaths here. We're going to take ourselves through wide legs from here. So keeping that nice anchored feeling. You're going to step your feet apart. Wide is relative. Come where you're comfortable. It's the same thing as Dandasana though. So I like to start there so you get that feeling of the pelvic tilt. If you feel like you're caving in here, bring your hands behind you and again, use them for support. Just taking a couple of deep breaths with legs wide. We're going to take it into a little side bend. So you're going to start to slide your left palm behind your left knee for a moment. And then as you inhale, start to reach your right arm high. As you exhale, you're going to take that slide a little further if there's space to go. So my hands just gliding on the outside of my calf on the floor. And again, both sit bones are anchored. You can come onto your forearm, same as we did in Sphinx, and kind of use that for leverage to open your chest to the sky a little bit. Don't strain through this upper arm, let your elbow be soft. 3 more breaths on this side. Great. We're going to use that right hand for support as you breathe in, press yourself up through center, and just drop your right palm behind your knee. Ground down and then inhale, reach it up. As you exhale, start to glide yourself toward the right. And again, you can use that forearm to start to open up and get a little bit of leverage here. Last few big breaths. Come out the same way. Inhale, press into your right palm, reach both arms high. From here, we're going to soften elbows, bring hands ahead of you. Now here, like the range is vast for people. You might have a little inch to move and that's perfect. You might be better off up here. If you can come a little further forward, you can just start to melt yourself down. If we were in the studio, I'd say use your bolster here or your blocks, but since we're at home, you can get creative. Pillows, blankets, a stack of books. Or you can just stay up on your fingertips. Find that edge where your inner thighs really feel like they start to open and breathe into it. And again, find that pelvic tilt where you start to move from the low body first. A handful more steady breaths here. On your next breath in, start to walk your hands back, bring yourself upright. We're going to bend knees and bring the soles of the feet together. So Baddha Konasana, bound ankle, cobbler's pose, whatever you know it as. We're going to bring pelvic floor close to the heels for our first round. So I like to bring my thumbs between the balls of my feet. But you can just hold onto your ankles, your feet, calves, wherever you feel good. Round down and then inhale, sit nice and tall. Find that stretch out. Start to drop your knees out to the side a little more, again, finding your edge. And once again, the range of motion here is really broad, so no stress, just be where you are. Breathe into it. Bring your attention back inside. Nice. We're going to take our second variation. You can start to relax a little bit, and then you're going to just slide your heels further away from you. So there's like at least the width of a nice stretched hand from pinky to thumb kind of away from your pelvic floor, but I like even wider, but it's up to you, whatever feels good. As you breathe in, sit up nice and tall, feel your sit bones anchor, your crown reaches up. As you exhale, move like you're coming into cow, so drive your belly button back a little bit. And then it's like you were bringing the top of your head towards your feet or in that direction, so drop yourself down. Once you get there, chin to chest, you're going to bend your elbows, turn your palms up, and then just pull your arms in towards you so that your shoulders can relax. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. We're going to unravel nice and slowly. You can use your hands to help plant your fingertips on the floor. And then anchor your sit bones. Feel your heels ground as you start to press yourself up. Let your chin stay to your chest until you're completely upright. Great. We're going to come back to where we began. So bringing your hips around, you're going to come down onto your mat. Lower your back down and then bring your knees into your belly. Let yourself sway a little bit from side to side. Bring yourself to center and then interlace your fingers around your right shin. You're going to bring your left foot to the floor and then start to glide your left leg straight. If it's not comfortable to go straight, you can definitely keep a bend in the knee. Take a big breath in and out. Bring your leg a little closer to your belly. We're going to take it into a twist this time. So you can bring your right arm out to the side and then big breath in again. As you breathe out, your left hand is going to come to the outside of your right thigh and start to draw it across you any amount. I use my toes as a little stopper here and then kind of start to draw into it. My right palm is turned down. Typically in a twist, I'm suggesting up to make space for the shoulder, but I like the grounded feeling here. Up to you. You can turn your head in any direction that feels good. You might take it with you to the left. You might turn it away toward the right or stay centered. Let's bring it back to center. Tone your belly button as you exhale. Roll back. Let's switch feet. So you'll plant your right foot. Make sure your hips are square. Draw your left shin into your belly. First for Vipassana. Take breath in, make space. As you breathe out, draw it a little closer. And then holding on to your shin with your right hand, your left comes out to the side. And again, it's a big breath in the center. As you breathe out, start to draw your leg across you in that spinal twist. Last 2 breaths on this side. Deep and full. Let your next exhale draw your belly button in and start to take you back through center. Plant your left foot, bring your right up to join, then walk your feet as wide as your mat and let your hips drop from side to side. Slow that swaying down. And we're going to make our way towards Shavasana. So if you liked how that felt, constructive rest at the beginning of the practice, you can come back there, feet wide, knees drawing together. If you feel comfortable in your low back when you extend your legs long, you can come here. So let your toes drop out, your heels are as wide as your mat, and then your arms come out so far that they're off your mat a bit. Palms turn up to the sky. And again, shoulder blades might come together a little bit under your back to make space to open across your chest. Take a couple of big breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth as you start to relax the big muscles of your body. Let your thighs settle. Let your glutes relax. Let your chest and rib cage be soft and spacious. Relax your toes, fingers, the muscles of your face. And then relax even your breathing as you come to a place of quiet stillness here. We'll linger for a few moments together. Let your next breath in. Bring your attention back to how it feels to breathe. Just noticing the rise and fall. You can begin to gently deepen your inhales and exhales as you start to invite some small movement down. Moving fingers, toes. You might turn your head from side to side or wiggle a little through your hips or shoulders. It feels good to take a long stretch and bring your arms overhead and pull your toes far away from your fingertips. And then one at a time, bending your knees, bringing your feet to the floor. Roll yourself over to either side. And then take your time and start to press upright. Coming to a cross-leg position. If you prefer to sit with legs long or wide or on your heels, all of that is welcome. Your eyes closed, and then bring your palms down on your knees. And just take a couple of deep breaths here together. Bring your hands together at your heart space and just find a quiet moment of appreciation for yourself, for your practice. Thank you so much for joining me, for letting me be part